Chicago! Welcome in to the Chicago Sports Podcast presented by Goose Island, the official beer of CHGO. Find one of their Chicago locations at gooseisland.com/locations. What's up, everyone? Back after a 2-week break. Feeling good. Kevin Kaduk, head of content at CHGO, joined as always by Kacy Standohar, Lawrence Benedetto, and dropping in for Luke Stuckmeyer, the man, the myth, the legend, the Carm, Mark Carman.
I so appreciate when I get invited on this show. Thanks for having me.
It's your favorite, I think.
I really, it does, it brightens my day.
It made you look up from your phone, so it's got to be good.
No, well, I was just going to tweet the show and, say that I'm here too, and that's all.
That's the draw.
Too many times I have 2 Carm shows in a day. That's rough.
It is a rough day for you. I don't disagree. I hate being around myself too.
Yeah.
You get paid time and a half today, Law.
Oh, great.
Work it out with Jake. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on at CHGO these days. We announced this morning the CHGO Kickoff Classic, Friday, August 25th at Cog Hill Golf Course number 2. Shotgun start, 9 a.m. This is going to be the event of the summer. Your entry fee gets you 18 holes with the cart, exclusive pins and aces, a tee gift for every player, access to limited edition pins and aces, CHGO Polo, which you can see in the graphic if you're watching today on YouTube. Hole contest, closest to the pin. I think you, I don't know, what should you win if you get a hole-in-one at the CHGO?
That's a great question. I don't know.
It's a surprise.
I got to talk to upper management, which is you, so I think it should.
We'll come up with something.
I don't know. Bears tickets, Cubs tickets to the World Series that they're going to win next year. White Sox. Maybe, the Bulls are having a good offseason. Maybe a little playoff tickets to Bulls basketball.
I think we should auction off
definitely
a date with Carm.
Date with Carm.
Date with Carm.
Why not?
One-on-one with Carm.
People
would try to win for that.
Yeah.
I'm flattered. I'm sure. Let's hang out.
We're gonna have great giveaways and prizes that are not a date with Mark Carman. We're gonna have prizes for the winning teams and the last place teams, which might be the date with Carm. So there's also lunch, drinks, and ceremony after the round. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Make sure you're there. Space is limited. Sign up. When you guys announced it on the Bear Show this morning, I got a text from my buddy saying, hell yes.
All right.
I said, are you in? He said, I'm not only in, I've got 3 of my friends coming already.
Let's go.
So
I love that.
That's huge. So we're not, we're going to have a good time.
I'm going to be leaning on some people that if they're not coming, they better be coming.
Yeah.
Carm's turning 50 in August. Did I just say that out loud? I didn't mean to. But it's going to be a party.
You not only said that out loud, you referred to yourself in the third person.
Yeah, I know. It's bad job.
A lot of other cool stuff. We've got some cool new CHGO Blackhawks shirts out. Go and check those out. I already have a shipment of those headed here because I am super excited about this fall and the Blackhawks. We've got our Cubs and White Sox takeovers coming up. Cubs versus Sox at on the South Side on July 26th, and then they'll do it again when they hit Wrigley Field on August 16th.
It's awesome.
A lot of stuff going on, and we plan to go to the National Sports Collectors Memorabilia Show.
Wow.
In late July. We're going to be giving away tickets to that, so stay tuned to all your favorite CHGO programs. Feel like we're finally getting some momentum here. June was a little slow.
Yeah, I Cubs the last 2 days was just awesome, and now I could feel training camp coming.
Yes. We're ramping back up. Things are getting busier.
This was such a long season. It's like,
listen, the end of June was a thrill with the NHL draft.
Right.
And now we're picking up steam.
We're going to talk about your trip to Nashville and your weekend with Connor Bedard and the CHGO Blackhawks crew a little bit first. But first, I want to give out this week's Taking Care of Business Award winner, powered by ComEd. This, I think, is our first New Zealand award winner. We've had a guy from Australia, Liam Hendricks, win it before. But this week, we're giving it to Shane Van Gisbergen, who I guarantee you've probably never heard of before Sunday at around, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock? Carm still has not heard of him.
I have no idea who
He
Shane
won the
Van.
NASCAR race.
Who? That's great.
Emma was right up in his face, getting great video of him.
He
winning.
won the inaugural Chicago Street race in Grant Park on Sunday.
Lawrence's head is in the mic. Listen, 98% of the listening audience does not know who Van Gisbergen is, except that, yes.
So, well, look, a lot of the NASCAR fan base probably didn't either because it was his first Cup Series race. He's the first driver in 60 years to win his Cup Series debut. I mean, that's a big deal.
See?
Taking care of business, Van Gisbergen.
Yeah.
And a shout out to our GM, Jake Flanagan. He actually put money on this dude to win the race.
What?
Yes, and he won.
That's amazing.
So
Genius.
not only did SVG take care of business, Jake Flanagan took care of business. He won some good pizza money for us. I think there's some Salernos in our future.
Oh, great.
Did
Okay.
he bet the field and henceforth got Van Gisbergen?
So here's the thing, and he races primarily in Australia, and he does mostly road courses. Well,
Okay.
NASCAR, they're just used to turning left and going in an oval.
right?
They do. I mean, they have road courses. They have Watkins Glen and other, But he thought, hey, why not? This guy might have a shot. And he did.
SVG.
That's how you.
SVG.
Did you
Pizza for
No,
free.
we didn't talk to him.
Pizza.
I mean,
for
I would say the only SVG I recognize, though, is Stan Van Gundy, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
honestly
that
what
too.
I thought when I saw the SVG come
You
through
thought
the
he had
chat.
entered?
So
I didn't know what was going on.
I literally saw that. I did see SVG on the Twitter platform, and I thought that Stan Van Gundy was doing something. I didn't understand why.
He was racing.
Shout
He
out
was in the
Badgers.
car.
There we go. That's amazing. Okay, good job by Jake. That's general manager level analysis right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that brings us into our first topic. NASCAR held its race. They came. They were loud. Put on a pretty good show. They have a 3-year contract with the city. Either side can get out with 6 months' notice. I would assume that NASCAR wants more than anything to come back in 2024. Does Mayor Brandon Johnson want the same thing, and should he want them to come back?
So the TV ratings for this were off the charts.
Yep.
I mean the
Best since Daytona in, 2017?
Yeah, I mean just huge numbers. 11 share, I think NBC was pulling in. So congratulations to the NBC world for that. And I got a great text about it, just talking about how Chicago is this political football, and here we are hosting NASCAR, people coming to the city that perhaps don't come to the city a ton, and getting to experience how amazing Chicago is. All these are great wins, and can maybe do a little bit of a dent in the narrative that it gets bandied about out there. So I thought that was all great.
Mm-hmm.
Now on the other side is somebody who lived in the South Loop and it's still I still can't go down Columbus Drive.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Still closed off. It's been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. It's an extra 15 minutes crawling down Michigan Avenue or up, whatever. You can go up Lakeshore now, so it's fine. If I'm the mayor, I would look at what are the dollars? How much, are we spending a lot for this? Absolutely not. Is it break even? I'm keeping it. If we're making money, obviously I'm keeping it. That's how I would look at it if I were Brandon.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's good for the city. And I was talking with Emma about it, who was there. She was down on the front lines getting all the great video and capturing
lines.
just the event. I
Not
mean,
a
she was,
war zone.
you were right there. And she just said, it's a really cool experience for the city. And it's good for people that never cared about racing, because then they're like, okay, well, I kind of watched F1 or I've watched a little bit of this, but now I'm a fan. So it turned a lot of people into fans of the sport, which I think is cool. And she said it was really cool to kind of see the traffic in the city and just the way that it was a historic moment,
I'm very divided on the entire thing because leading up to it, I was pretty against NASCAR coming here.
I was 1,000% against it. Yeah.
Right. And I've covered NASCAR in the past. I tried going to a Daytona 500 as a fan once, and it was the first time in 54 years it got rained out. Sat in my car it was insane. And don't know if you remember that race. They came back the next night, and like the tanker drove on the track in a car, the gas tanker.
Oh, that was amazing.
That
was awesome.
And it blew up. I was like, I wish I was down there covering spring training.
Awesome.
So
It was amazing.
I like NASCAR to a certain point. I just thought it was just such an incredibly bad mismatch of city and sport, because I know that there are NASCAR fans in Chicago, and I've heard from them, but there's not a lot, right? There's just not, like, if there were, there'd still be an event out at Joliet, right?
This ain't Tennessee.
Right. So I was pretty against it, and I thought with the deal that Lori Lightfoot worked out wasn't beneficial. They're selling tickets for $375, $400, and the city's taking home $2 of that.
Is that what it is?
That's what it was. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know the entire full financial package. I know that it was kind of like, not anywhere close to what Lollapalooza brings in, and Lollapalooza doesn't shut down the streets for as long as this NASCAR thing did. And then you just kind of add in the impact on other businesses. We have a friend of CHGO, Clark Lorenzen, who's involved in a Segway business down there. And he had to shut down shop on 4th of July weekend, which is like his busiest time.
Yeah.
Right? So I think when Brandon Johnson looks at this, I think, it was great for the city. Watching it on TV was really cool. I watched pretty much most of the race, and seeing the visuals was great. But just kind of weighing it against the public good, is this something that is, okay, it might be bringing people from Indiana or Tennessee or Ohio. Is that worth giving up a public good like Grant Park and access to the lakefront for the people who actually do live here in a city like Chicago, where we're not doing that 12 months a year? We've got 2.5 months, 3 months to do that.
It's true.
So I think when they kind of look at that, they're going to have to say, okay, is this something that Chicago residents took part in? Is this something that we'll take part in again? Is this more than a novelty? I don't know.
I mean, I live at 13th in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
So I'm literally just off the back end of the race.
You're in the front lines. According to Kacy.
Well, I'm not. I mean, people do live on Michigan Avenue, and so like in the
that's another issue that Brandon Johnson has to deal with.
Okay. the front lines. But I don't know what's happening. But so listen, my point is this: I just said that I was a little bit inconvenienced, but on the whole, if somebody was there, it really wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
There was some elevated traffic.
Yeah.
But it really didn't. If I was gonna, I'd have to be a real negative Nancy to say that it really impacted.
Did the puppy want to go out and frolic in Grant Park at any point during the?
I mean, Poppy was probably impacted a drop, but she adjusted, and so I there was, and I don't pay for garage parking. So I park on the street. We have neighborhood passes over there. It wasn't a big deal.
Okay.
It just wasn't. So now I got no joy from it. I didn't go.
Yeah.
I'm not a NASCAR fan. But again, like anything that illuminates the city, I'm for it.
Our guy Joe says, I think it would be a great yearly addition for a special race. Our guy Alex says NASCAR fronted most, if not all, of the costs. I'm pretty sure. I think that is true. So.
And then our friend Gary says they should move it to Jackson Park. And to that I say, Gary, you live in basically Wisconsin. Why are you caring about where the race is?
I mean, I don't
Gary.
necessarily hate, like, what other cool location could we pick other than right smack dab where it was this year? Is there another spot?
No, that's.
Can I complain about one thing?
Arlington Heights.
So, like,
Yeah.
Put it
on
over
the
there.
track.
That'd be great.
Chicago's a fairly cosmopolitan city, particularly that kind of part of Chicago, right?
Sure.
I don't necessarily love seeing the Wendy's Baconator car plow into a whole bunch of tires. It kind of sullies the view a little bit, right? Would I rather see an F1 car? And I understand you could never, Chicago could never get the streets up to F1 levels. But
No, I got it. I spent time in the suburbs, too, to avoid it as well. But I took the train in from the suburbs, good old Metro, which you can ride out to Arlington Heights when the Bears get there. And I got off, walked right down to Michigan Avenue, stopped at the Croissant Bakery at 11th.
Yeah.
And it was
I texted Kacy, Jake, and Lawrence on Saturday night. I was at the Andy Warhol exhibit at College of DuPage. I said, what the hell is going on? I'm at a high-level art exhibit in the suburbs, and there's a stock car race going into the city of
That's
Chicago.
true.
Like, how the tables have turned.
Yeah.
we're growing.
We're growing.
Don't box us in.
Fine. I think also, and I was talking to Emma about this, we couldn't get the full effect because of the weather, right?
Right.
So, like, it was definitely limited by the weather. The concert was canceled. The first race got delayed, like, or canceled. And so it was just like, I think it'd be cool to see it if it was sunny and there was maybe people want more crashes in the rain. People want less crashes. I don't know.
I kind of got what they were going for once I kind of saw what the stages were.
Yeah.
I was like, because, they kept on advertising, oh, the Black Crows are going to be here, Miranda Lambert's going to be here, Chainsmokers. And then once I saw it, I was like, okay, I understand kind of what's going on. Still think it's obscenely expensive. I mean, $400 to get out there is not cheap.
Way too much. And by the way, the rich people that had these tickets, a lot of corporations, they were trying to give away tickets. I heard a lot of people that got invited. One of my friends ended up in a box. He said, that he, with all these richies, that he didn't feel like he belonged at all. But he said it was amazing.
Yeah.
So
Where the hell was Michael Jordan?
That's an excellent point. Did Bubba race?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Actually, I think that was maybe the coolest part of the whole week was that Bubba sponsored an event down in Douglas Park.
Right.
Lupe Fiasco played, and they had his car out there, and his crew was demonstrating how they change the tires and all that. And I think that was like bringing new fans into the sport. I thought that was a pretty cool event. But I mean, the race itself, whatever. I did have it on. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but
Yeah.
I thought it was cool when the sun was setting. That was neat. Sun came out.
I liked when they went around that was like turn 6 and everything was log jammed. That was it was very narrow going up Balboa.
Turn 6 was where the car just kept going into the tires like three times. I think it was the Baconator guy, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So leading up to it too is like you would read stuff on social media, and you had like the usual set on Twitter saying, "Oh, I hope you don't get shot. Oh, how many drivers are going to get shot?" And I will say, like, once the race was here, all that kind of stuff kind of melted away, and people just kind of
that stuff
enjoyed the racing.
I don't want to go down too big of a road here, but like it just angers me because per capita we're not in the top 10 of
right.
Violence. It's just not accurate,
and that's something that I wrestle with. Is like, should we really even be trying to win over those people?
Right. Well,
like,
sure.
Well,
sure.
I think devil's advocate, you look at what happened last year around the same time.
Yeah.
And anytime there's a big event, that's a scary thought. So
Right.
you just, it's got to be.
Are you talking about Highland Park?
Yeah.
That's a suburb, though.
I know,
Like,
but in
literally it can
general,
happen
I'm just
anywhere.
saying in general, anywhere where there's a
it
big.
can happen anywhere in America, not just Chicago.
That's exactly
Agreed.
the point.
This was a targeted thing towards Chicago.
Don't go to
Right.
Chicago.
Right.
It's dangerous there, as if it's not dangerous anywhere in the entire world right now. I mean, or I should say in the United States of America, if we're being more accurate.
Correct.
It just bugs me. Like literally, I mean, we are, and I'll drop it after this last comment. We are sitting at 1143 Rundell Place. Okay, whatever. We're in the West Loop.
Great.
Right.
Thanks for telling everybody.
I grew up when I was 10 years old, 15 years old. I was looking in the mirror of the Century 21 thing. This mediocre house or whatever that's not even like doesn't even look nice. They're selling it for $1.8 million right down the street from us. Don't tell me that this city is like
Right.
It's completely changed. There's so many more neighborhoods to live in now that you didn't used to live in.
This neighborhood's insane.
This neighborhood's insane. Nobody came down here before.
No
one was.
I mean, unless you're buying your meats from Peoria Meats,
right?
Or
exactly right.
Joint, the
going to the stockyards to
Halstead and Fullerton.
I once told one of my buddies who graduated from Whitney Young where we were. He's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "That's the alley that everyone would go down to smoke pot because no one was down there."
right. Great alley to smoke pot. Probably still going on
I think
today.
it still is. Still is.
So anyway,
I mean,
good on you, Chicago.
Still an alley.
Still an alley.
And we have our issues. I'm not saying we don't. So does everyone else. All right, great.
So I would say what? NASCAR, welcome back in 2024.
I say yes.
Come on back, buddy.
Emma says yes. Emma gives 2 thumbs up.
I think it's pretty likely that it happens.
Well, it's also a tough one for like if Brandon says we don't want NASCAR back, then that's how do you do that without it be turning into something that's negative?
And remember,
I just wish you didn't have to give up so much of a public
I don't like that at all.
Public asset to further private interest, right? I mean that's that's really the story of Chicago's lakefront from entire city history.
That's right. It's the people's lake. Just remember, the Carman's the guy that's trying to get Brandon in here, so his comments are going to be definitely a bit muted compared to his normal takes. He's got to both sides of this a little bit.
Can you? What just happened?
Never mind.
I gotta get you one of those ear
Moving
horns.
on.
Eh?
Yeah.
You guys can hear. Wow, that's a. Well, maybe I gotta go get myself a hearing aid.
Well, SVG made us feel good this weekend, and Sunnyside will definitely make you feel good. Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping. It is a place where all kinds of visitors from all over the world, if they're here for racing or anything else, they're welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality products. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your summer. It is a one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs, no matter where you are on your cannabis journey. They offer easy online ordering and in-store pickup, great transparent loyalty program, and Sunnyside Rewards. It's Illinois. I need to rewrite this because they do the Illinois. They do the apostrophe and then an S. Like, who wrote that? It's like not the New York Times.
I'm going to guess you should change that. Yeah.
It's our favorite dispensary from city to suburbs, Wrigleyville to River North, Champaign to South Beloit. Sunnyside features their house of brands, and they've got a lot of good stuff like Mindy's. It's a great tasting gummy and chocolate edible created by James Beard award-winning chef Mindy Siegel and Cresco Labs. There's also the good news, which is gummies, rechargeable vape pens, and a cart, perfect for great moments with the crew. There's also High Supply, which offers quality weed that's always available. Buds are expertly grown, lab-tested, and available in vape carts, vape pens, flour, popcorn, shake, pre-rolls, shorties, and concentrates. Through August, head to sunnyside.shop and use code CHGO25 at checkout for 25% off your total order. One use per customer, not stackable with other promotions. That's not only for new customers. Anyone can use our code. Pick up everything you need to elevate your summer. Must be 21 plus or an Illinois MedCard holder. I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to do an online order. Pick it up before the Bruce Springsteen show at Wrigley in August.
Wow.
I love that idea. There's one more thing you need when you do that.
Okay.
You need to wear your Shady Rays to the concert.
Always.
Right? That's very the boss of you. Like Bruce would approve. Take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered for the warm weather ahead with premium polarized shades at an affordable price. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair that we've worn. Durable frames and extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures, like going to the NASCAR race, like going to concerts. That's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed with a loss and broken replacement program. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after your purchase. That's good to know. Together with their customers, Shady Rays is providing much needed support to nonprofit partners across the U.S. through Shady Rays Impact. From building playsets to pediatric cancer patients to providing young adults with MS the outdoor adventure of a lifetime, Shady Rays is making an impact in your community and others like it now and for years to come. If you don't love your Shady Rays, exchange it for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There's really no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back. And listen up, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code CHGO for 50% off 2 pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people.
Let's go.
Shady Rays.
I love my Shady Rays.
I love my Shady Rays.
We say it all the time, but we do.
I do. I wear them every day.
Yeah.
I
They're
forgot mine
comfy.
today. It was cloudy when I was leaving the house, and then by the time I got here, it was sunny. I was like, damn it.
And they don't bother my sides of my head.
That's always
You know
good,
how
yeah.
like it irritates your behind your ears when they're too tight.
Yeah.
They're fabulous.
I'm going to get in my car after this show and go pick up Poppy the puppy with my Shady Rays.
Our guy Fernando says NASCAR could run track around Soldier Field Museum campus. Might be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if the logistics would work, but
why don't we just open up the whole city to it? We'll run by Wrigleyville, then we'll run on down to the south side, then we'll head it over. Like we could just do all that. We could,
It's like the marathon. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do that.
Let's close the entire city.
I hope to run down Columbus as fast as the NASCARs did.
You're doing great work over there.
Trying.
I love. You look exhausted. You look.
I do. I'm exhausted.
You're doing it, man.
We're all tired.
I'm super excited. We're gonna be out there screaming for you.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be great.
All right, let's talk about last week. Kacy was out of office because she was in Nashville, Tennessee, welcoming Connor Bedard into the Chicago sports world.
I know who that is, Lawrence.
Congrats.
Kacy, how did it go?
It was awesome. It was such a fun experience. We road tripped down there, which I was a little bit initially worried about.
Yeah.
The guys were saying they were going to pass gas in the car, all these things, and I was so worried. I was like, this is going to be my nightmare. But it was fun. That didn't happen. We broke up the trip with a few breaks, like to get food, to get gas, whatever. And it was hilarious. We had a great time.
Yeah.
Nobody
CHGO
farted.
Blackhawks. Nobody farted in the car that I smelled. But also, I was asleep for a little bit too.
8-hour
in the back.
trip. That's impressive.
Also, I'm surprised no photos of me like head up, mouth open, sleeping in the car have surfaced. And if there is any, I'll kill them.
Did Zawoski drive the entire time?
He did, and
Yeah.
he did a great job.
Okay.
We were in the van, and
That makes sense.
yeah.
I can't imagine Jay like relinquishing the wheel to anyone.
No, it was.
He likes to be in control.
Yeah, he was in control, and it was a good trip. And honestly, when we got there, we were all really jazzed and excited about Bedard. We went to his media availability on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And he was, very well spoken. Obviously, you guys have seen him and heard him at this point, but you can tell he's media trained. He knows what to do. He's a 17-year-old kid, almost 18.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Like,
Yeah.
what your impression? Like, he's still a 17-year-old
Yeah.
kid. So, your first impression when he walks out? For the first
I'm
time?
excited. I mean, honestly, it just felt normal. Like he has this humility that Jonathan Taves, I think, possessed, but he has great skill too. So I think that he's going to be really exciting for Blackhawks fans. I mean, it seemed like he's just ready to go.
Yeah.
He's like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, like excited. He's humble. He keeps saying like, "I hope I make the team," which is silly and ridiculous. But
I mean, I think it helped that you put him at ease by asking the first question.
I did ask the first
Did you?
question. Yeah, they were like, "Any questions?" And I was right.
Answered
in the
a
front.
trivia question.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kacy Standohar.
I was a little nervous because I just raised my hand with without having anything ready because I was
Yeah.
just like me. But it went well. I kind of just like opened up,
The first
What was the
question was,
question?
and
I
you
just-
are?
I just asked him,
Yeah.
what are his expectations are for the week.
What are
And-
your thoughts about NASCAR? And
Yeah. I just asked him his expectations for the week or if he's just kind of going with the flow. And, again, on Tuesday, some of his answers were very like safe. Of course, he had to be. He couldn't say, "I'm ready to be a Blackhawk."
Right.
But then Wednesday when he was drafted, he really opened up and he really shined. And I think Blackhawk fans have a lot to be excited about. I really do.
So, when the Blackhawks won the draft lottery, there was a lot of blowback from fans of other teams. Mm-hmm. The Blackhawks are kind of wearing the black hat in the
Right.
NHL. Did you get that sense from other fans who had traveled to Nashville that,
No,
yeah,
I didn't get that sense. And I know the guys had Jamie and Danny on the show, and they addressed some of the hard stuff with them. And I think that there's just a new wave of energy, a new wave of good,
Yeah.
good deeds, good doing. I just think that that's kind of behind them because it has to be. I think a lot of the fans that did have that opinion were just kind of upset that they weren't number one and
Right.
jealous about how things turned out for them. And I don't know. I think it's going to be great. It was very exciting in the moment to see him get drafted and like stand up and hug his parents and thank them.
Yeah.
And everyone said, "Oh, he looks miserable. He looks like he's not happy to be in Chicago." But he was there on day 2.
Who said that?
He went to the.
Who
I
said
saw that
that?
all over Twitter. Like, he doesn't even want to be in Chicago, and it's like, that's not true. He was just composed.
Right.
He had a good presence about him. He knew he was going to Chicago, obviously, ahead of time. Like, they had conversations with Kyle Davidson and everything. And so
Kyle from Chicago.
Kyle from Chicago, yes, excuse me. And yeah, I really think that it's going to be a really exciting time
I
for
can't wait.
hockey in Chicago.
It's unbelievable what happened.
Yeah.
Like, the Bulls got Derrick Rose, changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Connor Bedard is supposed to be 10 times past Derrick Rose. I mean, people are comparing him to Wayne Gretzky. It's like they drafted Jordan.
People are saying he's like small and short, which he is, but look at his legs. I mean, the guy is.
Got some trunks.
Yeah,
Dude's yoked.
he's gonna be fine in the
Dude is
NHL.
yoked.
I mean, and to just know that he's gonna be playing against some of his idols growing up, like Crosby, like it's really cool. It's like a
Yeah.
full circle moment for him.
What was the draft like? Just the atmosphere.
It was crowded. It was chaotic. I think a lot of other media that once they realized that we were Chicago media, they were like, "Oh, big day for you guys," you know. So we kind of felt sort of special in that way.
Yeah.
And it was just the atmosphere inside the arena was awesome. I thought that the Predators did a really nice job hosting,
Except for the Wi-Fi.
except for the Wi-Fi. But they gave everybody bottles of Jack. Everybody got a bottle of Jack and like a hat and like it was.
Wait, what? We didn't.
Yeah,
hear
there
this
was like
part.
gifts.
I
Yeah,
didn't hear about that.
yeah, they all got a bottle.
Did you get one?
I did not, because I didn't have a table in the
Oh, okay.
in the actual arena. So Steven and I were busting our butts in the media room
For no whiskey.
for most of
So
it.
Jay, Mario, and Greg all took home a bottle?
Yeah, but Greg didn't. Greg gave his away. I don't know to who.
Not you.
'Cause Greg
Vintage
doesn't drink.
Boyson.
Yeah, so atmosphere was good. It was crazy because when he got drafted, you guys can hear the sound. They just said, from the Regina Pats, and already the crowd was roaring. So
Yeah.
you couldn't even hear the words Connor Bedard. And I thought that was really...
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, just exciting. And it seemed like in Chicago, the atmosphere was also really great.
I was there.
The confetti,
Emma was there.
You're at the Salt Shed.
shedding it up.
it looked
was
awesome
that
there,
like?
too.
It was. We posted a video on our YouTube of it. I mean, it was cool. It was like I had never been to the Salt Shed yet for a show, so it was my first time over there. Cool little venue. You're by the river. Don't fall in. And yeah, it was a great crowd, huge crowd, and the moment was neat. They had they had Gene Honda there. They had Corneliuson there to sing the anthem. They had some guy play the horn. I don't know what he was playing, but whatever.
Was the jig guy there?
I did not see the jig guy.
The jig guy wasn't there.
No, I don't think so.
I thought the jersey reveal would be cooler.
the jersey reveal was very dumb.
I heard it was kind of
but
lame.
Whatever.
But,
Yeah.
It was sold as one thing, and it was not.
Well, we just
that.
didn't know. We heard wind that it was going to be like this wall of jerseys. But still, I thought they did a nice job.
No, it was
Blackhawks
fluid.
did it.
It
Yeah.
was cool. And yeah, they had your Adam Barishes, your Ben Eagers, your Denny Savards, your Chris Vosters, and
Yeah.
Kaylee Chelios, and
That's
yeah, it
awesome.
was very
I
cool.
need to get with the ticket rep because I need to design some sort of package and lock in some games. They're playing for the first time in 14 years on my birthday, December 22nd. The Canadians come to town, so
Les Habitants.
Let's go.
either I need to secure some tickets or Carm needs to work his angles for me.
I mean,
I
so
don't
much you
know.
get them for your birthday, I would think.
I got you on your birthday. No problem. I'll dial up Team Carm to.
I mean,
Although-
between the Bears and Blackhawks, though, I mean, this fall is just shaping up to be.
I hope so.
We definitely hope so.
Look, I'm not expecting a lot from the Blackhawks, right? They
Expect something.
well, it's something. I'm not expecting playoff. Are you expecting playoffs?
We're not
Should
Can
I-
supposed to.
Can
No,
I
we're
ask
not
Mario
supposed
in the
to.
chat if
No,
I should be expecting
we're not.
playoffs?
No, you
They've
shouldn't be.
They've
I mean,
been saying it for
could he be like
months.
a LeBron James and elevate the entire team on his own?
LeBron
I don't know.
No.
No, he's still
He's-
very young. I mean, he's
he's
going to turn,
one
what,
of-
18?
Yeah.
He's
couple
one of,
weeks.
24 guys on
I'm
the
expecting
team, not
playoffs.
one of 5.
Screw it.
Right.
Let's go.
I
Playoffs.
kind of am too.
Guy's gonna be unbelievable.
I just love the fact that there is going to be a reason to tune into every single game.
Correct.
Yes.
And
That's all that
I mean,
really
that's
matters.
exciting. And the Blackhawks guys, I shared with them the podcast data
oh,
from March 2022 when we launched to 2 days ago, and I was like, see if you can pick out where Connor Bedard was drafted because it was just such a noticeable jump. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just really is.
And honestly, like he's a face guy.
yeah,
He's going to be all over Chicago media all over. I hope we could get him in here sometime.
He'd be sitting right here.
Yes,
Oh my God,
I
please.
think he's a face guy. He's going to be on the buses like the way that Chris Bryant was. Like it's really good for the city.
Yeah.
And I like the warm welcome that the other teams in the city gave him.
That was cool.
Thought
That was really cool.
Cubs did a nice job with that.
Yeah.
Got Justin Fields, Connor Bedard. Who's the third?
Great question. Not DeMar DeRozan,
Not
as much as I love him, or Patrick Williams.
I think it could be like your Cole Kmet.
No.
No, we
No?
gotta go.
He was the worst part of that ad, or not ad, but like.
No,
that
I'm saying
welcome
like
video.
as far as like people that could be good this year.
Luis Robert.
I mean, right now it's Luis Robert.
Yeah.
At this instant.
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, we had to think about it. That's for sure. But gonna be in the home run derby. He's hit 25 bombs. Let's go. Straight doubleheader today. Thank you, White Sox. With the split doubleheaders. One little anecdote on Bedard. I remember when Bulls tickets were super cheap forever after Jordan leaves '98, and then I remember like tickets prices just shot up, and and this is before everybody bought everything online, so I was still going, on the street to try to buy tickets, and I'm like, when did these prices become this? I was talking to some of the scalpers. They're like, when Derrick Rose happened, and he that's what's actually. I mean,
Yeah.
Blackhawks tickets were the easiest ticket to get on the planet. Ain't gonna be like that. Gonna change big time.
Well, they actually dropped prices from because I gave up my season tickets at the end of last year, and the tickets were like $85, and those tickets dropped into like the 60s, and I guarantee you, like after this year, they'll probably be
Oh, it's
north
gonna-
of 100,
It's
right?
gonna start.
So,
Man, and those are 300 level, right?
yeah, row 5, 331.
So much money. So much money. Hate it, but it's
I'll tell you one thing though. When I had those for most of the championship run,
you can
I
make dough.
barely paid anything because the ones that I sold paid for everything else.
That's when season tickets are worth it.
Yep. So,
Very rare, but you
your
had it.
tickets, call the Blackhawks season ticket office.
Which, speaking of, we might as well give a.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I want to say that we are excited to partner with our friends at Circle K. Check out your local Circle K for the best coffee, beer, and snack selection and premium gas. Look out for freebies and giveaways down the road. Kacy, what'd you have for your road trip snack?
Oh, I mean, we got Culver's. we didn't have like
They have Culver's at Circle K?
No, but we didn't have like gas station snacks. We just like ate food, which seems
a lot
right
of
for the
it.
Blackhawks guys.
Culver's is so good.
It was good.
So Circle
Butterburger.
K.
Sorry, Circle K. We didn't have any snacks.
Next time.
Yeah.
Thanks to Circle K for sponsoring CHGO. Visit the nearest Circle K to pick up all your favorite finds.
So, if you want to go see the White Sox today, 2 games for 1 ticket, the best place to do it is on the Game Time Ticket app. Download it right now. Like over 15 million people have satisfied customers. The absolute best prices, best seats in the secondary market. You will find them on Game Time Tickets, not just for White Sox, but any sporting event, concerts, shows. They've got it all here. You can even, get yourself tickets for Bears in Green Bay, opening day, if you want to get ahead of the game,
How
or
about-
wait till game time
How about
on
Drake?
that day.
Drake's playing.
Drake and 21 Savage.
Drake and
United
Tw-
Center tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
What does that cost?
Justin Fields was there last night.
$370.
Good
Yeah.
God.
Emma wants to go see Drake.
Well,
Up top, Expensivo.
My
Drake.
goodness.
Go Drake. Hey, good to see people enjoy it. So, White Sox, the John Deere Golf Classic, Sky Games. I just used Game Time recently to see the U.S. men's national team play in the CONCACAF, whatever that was. That was
CONCACAF,
awesome.
baby.
I wrote down a couple deals for this weekend. You go see Jenny Lewis at Salt Shed tomorrow
Jenny
night.
Lewis.
There we
$32
go.
all
There we-
in.
She's awesome.
And if you want to get back, get a little nostalgic, go watch the little Dave Matthews, a little Crash Into Me, Northerly Island.
We hear
$67 on Friday.
we hear Carm's a fan.
You guys, I don't get the people that go to Dave every year and they're like, it's my 150th show.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Have you been?
I've been to 1.
You didn't like it?
No, I liked it, but I don't need to go to 150 of them.
Whoa.
It's
And
68
follows.
bucks.
Dave Matthews.
Settle down, girl.
I just don't get it. Who would you see 150 times?
He plays a different set though
Who
each time.
cares?
I don't need to be one of those jam bandy follower type people that go around the country.
I saw him for the
singing
first
all
time. It was awesome.
When did you see him?
Yeah, I don't need.
In
I'm
Milwaukee
with Kacy. The
last
150
Friday.
times ridiculous, but
You just saw him last Friday? That was your first time ever?
First time ever.
I saw him in college. It was great, but I'm good.
I saw him at Summerfest in like 2000.
I mean, I shit on the guy. I was like, all these losers going out, or DMB and their Dave Matthews Band, just one bunch of losers. And then I go in there, I'm like, this is awesome. I could actually see why people go multiple
Did you get
times.
a puka shell
don't.
necklace and the poster for your
I
wall?
thought about it. I thought it. Summerfest is
Did
awesome.
you leave with the dreaming tree tattoo?
My
The
freshman
dancing
year at
girl.
the University of Wisconsin, literally every single person had this same Dave Matthews poster
Yeah.
above their bed.
yeah, we all did.
I mean,
We don't talk about it.
my
The thing about Dave Matthews is there is 1 week of every year that I like Dave Matthews, and the other 51 that I don't. But there's like just 1 week where I'll be like, yes.
Hey, I like
It might be today on my drive home.
I like Before These Crowded Streets. Hell of an album. Great album.
A little two-step.
Sure, yeah. I think the Cubs might be coming back.
Cubs just tied
Cubs
it
just
according to
tied it.
Cody Delmendo, who's going nuts in our
Now Brian's
trophy room.
cherry.
What can we call that area? Our
game
Goose
time
Island,
room.
our Goose Island game time room.
The
Anyway,
game time-
download that game time ticket app to wrap it up. You will not be disappointed. Game time tickets.
Can you do your Dave Matthews impression?
I mean, I did you see the video of?
Do you have a Dave Matthews impression that you're holding from us?
Well, I was having.
No, I don't think he does.
Do you want to show that video?
I'm not showing the video because it's ridiculous.
All right, well,
Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He was playing. What the?
I want you.
Yeah, he was covering the Beatles' "I Want You," and like, I had one or two beers perhaps, and I was just trying to feel the music. And I'm holding one of these beers, Goose Island, and I mean, I am closed eyes and I am into it, and it looks like, I mean, if I saw me on the street, I'd cross over to the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in there. But it was awesome. Like it was I mean, I love that he covers some Beatles stuff. It was just a wild show. We also, we had very good seats.
He used
Courtesy
to
of
sell
Game
out
Time
Soldier
tickets.
Field.
What's that?
He used to sell out Soldier Field. I don't think he can do. Obviously, can't do that anymore if he's at.
Summerfest in
Northern
Milwaukee is
Ireland.
awesome.
It's great.
I hadn't been there either, and like the food was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that the whole. I mean,
I
it was
kind of
awesome.
wish that like Chicago had more of a festival atmosphere like that as opposed to Lollapalooza, which is
Ugh.
It's too much.
yeah.
I mean, if you're 18 and want to wear a NBA tank top and or no clothes, great place to go. But for an adult, it's a rough look.
I know everyone who works in the hospitals down here just hates that weekend because it's just dealing with all these detox cases.
I mean, I'd love to go back and be that old and live that dream, but those days, the ship has sailed.
All right, let's close out the show. Kacy, your life got turned upside down last night with the introduction of Threads, the Mark Zuckerberg challenger to Twitter.
There's always something, right?
What do we think of Threads so far?
Well, it
We're
looks just
less
like
than
it's-
24 hours into the Thread world.
It needs some work. There's a little bit of weirdness surrounding the algorithm, what they're showing, the chronological order.
Well,
It's like
not
a
in
Twitter.
chronological.
It's like a Twitter. That's really what it is, and it's fine. I don't hate it, but it
Yeah.
is another platform to have to worry about and post on. And I want there to be places for Chicago sports fans to see our content. And if everybody's on Threads, we'll do it. It's just
Does Carm have any idea
It's
what you're
overwhelming.
talking about yet?
Karma, have you heard of Threads?
I have now, and
it's basically
I've got beef with Zuckerberg. The dude kicked me off of Facebook.
He
So-
did personally?
I mean,
This is amazing.
he's the head at the top of the food chain. I've been reaching out to Facebook or trying to. I can't even reach out to Facebook. How the hell do you get a hold of Facebook? I've emailed them 10 times. I'm looking for a number to call. I can't get give me my account back. I didn't do anything. You jerk. I don't know what rules I violated
Yeah,
here.
I haven't checked my Facebook in years.
I
at this
post our
point.
show on Facebook every day. People's birthdays are on Facebook. I want my Facebook back. I didn't do anything to you, Zuckerberg. Now you're busting out Threads. Am I going to get kicked off that too? I'm the most innocent social media person.
Are you on Instagram?
Yes, I'm on Instagram.
Well,
Okay.
the Instagram is owned by Zuckerberg as well. So like,
Well,
So he hasn't found you there.
not yet.
So you should be able to be on Threads.
It's unbelievable how much power they have, by the way. Like, I
Like
need
10 million people signed up for it like right away.
10 million people set up for Threads.
Yeah.
I mean, we sold a lot of diehard memberships. Not anywhere close to 10 million.
yeah, I don't think that's fair.
it's
Well,
We hit 10 million yet on the
about half that.
Okay, good. Well, the thing with new apps, though, right, is that if you are an early adapter, you have a chance to grow quickly. Right? Is that true?
So I was
Threads?
talking about this with Emma and Kacy before this. It's like, is the fact that it's not Twitter enough of a utility that will really make this thing stick? And I just don't know. I looked at it last night, and it's fine. There's a lot of the same garbage as Twitter. It's still the same people spouting all sorts of nonsense. When Twitter started, it was a place to talk a lot about. I mean, sports community was one of the first ones to get there, and it was great. And you could talk about things that were going on. And as it's gone on, and the algorithm has done whatever, I open up the Twitter app, and it's just a bunch of crap.
It's not easy to switch between your personal and your work account or whatever, especially because I manage the CHGO sports account. So
On the Threads.
sometimes I'm like thinking I'm on sports, but I'm on mine, and then I'm liking a thread or a tweet or whatever they are. And it's not
Come
as
on,
easy
Case,
to
get
see.
your shit together.
It's not as easy to see where you're at.
I do
And
that on the
so-
TikTok.
Oh, I know.
I'll be looking at stuff on TikTok, and I'll be like, why is this all stuff that looks like it's for Kacy? And
I disagree. I get on our TikTok, and it's like Kevin's been watching Taylor Swift videos for hours.
I thought that was from you, though.
No, it's from you.
No, it's from you.
You started it when you went to the concert.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
My easy. My TikTok, Greg Braggs, thank you for lunch, is fantastic. It goes from Jordan to how to eat healthy, how to work out, back to Jordan, and maybe a couple
Ours
cute
is-
The
girls.
TikTok algorithm is amazing.
Ours is
It
all
is
Taylor
amazing.
Swift. It's
Yeah.
your fault.
What?
Ours is all Taylor Swift.
I have a theory that
Eras tour.
well, first of all, that's good content.
It is. You're
Second
not
of all,
wrong.
I have a theory that that Taylor Swift paid TikTok to just push that to me specifically so that I would break down and buy tickets for my wife. And it worked.
Yes.
So
Good
Yes.
job, Taylor.
Anyway,
I honestly think that the talk, I don't use it enough. Posting
it's
myself,
like
but
made for you.
I love TikTok. I do. I love it. So damn entertaining. How do they do it? You got Harry Carey videos from 1984, like walk-offs against the Pirates.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. How do you do this? Like, who's YouTube doesn't have that stuff.
I watched this guy on there named Johnny Hamchek.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen him?
I have it, but it sounds amazing.
This guy that just shows up, well, he wears like the Google glasses and
Okay.
it records his interactions with people, and he'll just show up to construction sites and claim that he's there like to bring this cable, and these people have no idea, and they'll be all confused, and it sounds really dumb, but it's like this 3 minutes of just nonsense where he's just screwing with people, and
Yeah.
like I should be too old for that, but I'm not.
There's a guy on there also that's talking about how you're going to be able to live forever. I'm watching this and actually believing him. Old-time hockey guy.
Oh, yeah.
Hello there, buddy. The guy with the guy with the
good.
mustache. I love that guy.
I need to get Lawrence on TikTok.
oh, that'll never happen.
Hard pass.
Oh, it's so good.
That will never happen.
Made for TikTok.
So yeah, guys, bear with us. We're trying to figure out where our content should be, what you guys like the most.
It's
A lot
hard
of
because
places.
we're building obviously a platform here. We have our YouTube channel, we have our Discord, we have our events, we have our merch. But it's like you have to go to these other platforms too to show people our stuff and get them involved. And it's a lot to manage. So
I'll
Good
be
luck,
checking
Case.
out. I'm going to Threads tonight.
we'll see you there.
Everyone's shocked that I woke up stressed. Look at me. I look so stressed.
But I told Kacy, I said, Kacy, we left here yesterday. Threads was not even a thing.
I know.
We don't have to have a full-fledged Thread strategy less than 24 hours later. Let's just
settle
figure out
down.
what this thing is.
Yes, we do. Step
Settle
it up.
down.
Go ahead. Your social media manager.
Our friends at PHNX are, which is fine.
Don't get passed up
The
on
thing
And
is,
I
I
feel
mean,
behind.
I remember like 15 years ago, it's like, hey, man, everyone at Yahoo Sports needs to get on Google Wave and Google Plus.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
sure you're filling out the Google Plus. Google Plus doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Never took off. There's a high chance that Threads goes the same way. Now, I'm not discouraging anyone on CHGO from signing up for it. You should take your account and you should squat. Maybe it turns into something, and then you start going. But
Yeah, well,
I have a hard time believing that Mark Zuckerberg, who I honestly don't think is a very talented person. I think he's a right place, right time guy.
Yeah, all his good ideas fail.
He's just kind of a
takes other
turd.
people's ideas.
What happened to the metaverse?
he's a complete turd.
So
I didn't mean that, Mark. Give me my account back.
The tweet that I saw from the bear, where he's screaming and like Carm's like really stressed, and it says every social media manager right now, and it's all the different platforms. He's just like freaking out. This is how I feel.
we don't even have Snapchat. Maybe we should get you on Snapchat.
God, I don't think so.
Maybe can't we just all just chill
Emma
out and go?
could be an
sail?
Emma thing. Could be an Emma
Snap
project.
is your generation.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, how is that still a thing? I thought like kids moved past that shit to go to the talk.
I thought so too. I ordered a phone case today, and I was between two different phone cases because mine got all crappy in Nashville. And Emma told me that my other phone case option was chuggy. Do you guys know what chuggy means?
I know Carm does.
It's like millennial, like chuggy, like it's corny.
My favorite.
It's tacky. It's and I am a millennial, so like maybe a lot of things I do are chuggy, and so that's why I need our Gen Z correspondent Emma to keep me cool.
Be nice to the Jews.
What?
Jugi?
Chuggy.
Not juggy. CH. Oh my God, that's enough for today.
I could say it as a guy who celebrates Hanukkah for 49 years now.
Chug. E.
Chugi. Okay, got it.
Okay, that's all.
Let's wrap it up. This has been the Chicago Sports Podcast. We appreciate you joining us. Make sure you tell a friend. We'll see you back here next Thursday at 3 p.m. Thanks for listening.